Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus here live at Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is Wednesday the 4th of July 2018. Let's have a look at what's making the political headlines. And to start off with, taking back control of UK fisheries. Now this is something the government's going to be launching, publishing today's plans for the Britain's fishing waters post-Brexit. Now it's called the Sustainable Fisheries for Future Generations White Paper. And what it's setting out is a series of proposals that will form the basis of the upcoming Fisheries Bill, which is of course a significant piece of legislation. And now fisheries has been such a big contentious issue in terms of Brexit. A lot of fishing communities very much pro-Brexit, wanting to take back fishing quotas into UK hands, not a pan-European quota system. And also for the Conservative Party as well. If you think about it, there's a lot of Scottish Conservative MPs who are going to be putting a lot of pressure on the government in order to ensure that the fisheries Brexit policy is sufficient so that their constituents, many of whom may be fishermen and women, will be happy with the Conservative Brexit. So there's a lot of pressure and a lot of political dynamics going on in this particular issue to do with Brexit, as there is with every issue to do with Brexit. But the Environment Secretary, Michael Gove, intends to ensure British fishermen a fairer share of fishing opportunities in British waters, that's in the report today, without costing them access to European fishing waters in return. And that's the key balancing act in terms of negotiation with the fisheries policy as well. Now, the UK has said it will formally leave the EU common fisheries policy when Brexit happens, so it will leave that part of the European Union, that giving it UK full control, or the government says full control and integrity of waters and ability to set independent quotas. However, when the white paper comes out today, we'll be able to see the details of this, of course, and then the fisheries bill, which comes through. Certainly, people will be keeping a very strong eye on it as those Conservative MPs up in the north of the UK. Next up, Jarad O'Mara. He's an MP. He's not been around for a very long time, came in 2017, and indeed has been pretty under the radar. He will be reinstated, however, by the Labour Party. He was suspended by the Labour Party after the National Executive Committee of Labour ruled he should be reprimanded but not kicked out of the party for good. Now, he was suspended in October last year, 2017, for abusive comments made on social media. It was over a series of online posts and claims that he verbally abused a woman, particularly using online outlets. A Labour Party spokesman saying, "The disputes panel has ruled on the balance of the evidence that a formal warning should be issued and a mandatory requirement to attend trainings." But expect to see Jarad O'Mara back in Westminster for his constituents of Sheffield Hallam. He, of course, was the one who unseated Nick Clegg, the former Deputy Prime Minister. Hopefully they'll be able to see more of their representative in the Commons. Finally, one more story, which is Donald Trump. He's, of course, coming to the UK, not on a state visit, just on a working visit, as it's called. It's going to be costing the taxpayer, though, £5 million. That's according to reports going around, particularly leading in the Times as well. Westminster has apparently promised to foot the bill for policing Donald Trump, the President Trump's expected detour to Scotland, which he likes to make while he's visiting the UK, and expected to make meet the Queen and Theresa May. This is almost like a stopping for him because he's going on then to a summit in Helsinki to meet the Russian President Vladimir Putin, which Theresa May will no doubt be putting a strong emphasis on, particularly NATO and security before that meeting, but also be very conscious about what lines come out in terms of the Crimea crisis, in terms of NATO, in terms of defence, of that Helsinki summit between Donald Trump and President Putin. So very much interesting dynamics going on there. But certainly for the UK taxpayer, his unpopularity costing about £5 million. That's pretty much it for today. Up to date. Don't forget you can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and Twitter right here. But from me and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic start to your day.